hunting technology. We'll tell you after the break. And welcome back. When you hear about our next guest, you might think we're more of a lingerie show than a business show, since it was only 2 weeks ago that we focused on the bra business. But it's not just that we love lingerie. What we really love are small businesses with big ideas. And that's today's Small Business Spotlight. Knockout is an underwear company founded by a Harvard MBA stay-at-home mom who lives in the district. She set out to create pretty things that worked, and she did. And now, thanks to 2 patents, 100 stores, and lots of bold name fans later, she's a success. Today, Newnam, CEO of Knockout Panties, is here to tell us about high-end panties with tough technology and how that's become a big business. Newnam, thanks for joining us on Washington Business Report. So, Knockout Panties, there's a whole idea of technology behind them, and it has something to do with deer hunting technology. Explain to me the link between deer hunting and what these undergarments do.
Well, there's a crazy story behind Knockout, and that is that I had this idea to make undergarments that had high-tech performance fabrics built in, like we're used to in our workout world. And so
we're trying to get rid of all the issues that we don't ever talk about on TV, odor, moisture.
Yeah, all those unmentionables that no one wants to talk about. And so in my patent work, trying to figure out if anyone else had a similar idea, I found this technology that was a natural technology for natural fabrics that absorbed odor. The more research I did, the more I decided that this was exactly what I wanted for our undergarments.
But it was a technology that had been developed primarily, well, it had been developed, and then the primary audience for it that they were marketing to were deer hunters, so that the deer wouldn't pick up the scent of the hunters.
Many of your viewers might have heard of Dan River, a big Virginia company. They developed this technology working with Procter & Gamble. It's the same technology as Febreze, the active ingredient. We all know how well that works. So you put that onto fabric, embed it in the fibers, and you have a secret weapon, really, for odor. So hunters used it so that the wild game couldn't smell them. Well, now we have it in our own apparel, and we're better than to start with underwear.
And you and I were talking, frankly, before the break, saying these are the kinds of things that everyday women live with, and yet no one develops and caters to this market. Why are women such an underserved market in terms of needs? I mean, athletes have their own types of fabric and things like that. Is it that enough moms aren't out there making their own businesses, or what do you think it is?
I think women, moms, working women always make do. We're always so busy, we don't have time to go search for the next thing or certainly start the next thing. But my kids had gone to school. I had had a career before I had my kids.
You were a consultant at McKinsey, a well-known consulting
firm. That's right. And then I had done some stay-home time as my kids were young. So now they were in school. I had time again to think of something interesting, and I thought of a need that I had that I knew other women had. You know, you talk to women in your play groups as your kids are growing up, and you talk about all these things that are going on with your life and your body. And I decided I could do this because I had a textile background.
So we don't have a lot of time, but try and take us from the original prototype to where you are now in 100 different stores, in fact, factories in South and North Carolina making the product.
Once I identified what exactly I wanted to do, I actually bought that patent out of the bankruptcy. I hired one of the developers of the patent to work with me. We got it into manufacturing. We developed prototypes. We tested it with women all over the country. And after a year and a half of that, we launched last fall and had great success. It's really a product that women talk about. And it works so well.
Are you in any of the stores in the Washington, D.C. area?
We are. We're in Aubrielle, Silene, Intimacy at Tyson's Corners, and then Bloomers out in Old Town, Alexandria.
And can you still work from home, or have you had to move on up into an office with staff?
Right now, we still work out of my house. It's a crazy office. My husband is a hunter, so we have hunting things in there.
That's funny.
But we also have lots and lots of lingerie around the room.
Inspiration for all.
But all of our shipping and all of our factories are in the South.
That's a great success story. Thanks for coming on Washington Business Report.
Thank you.